DJ all the way. It's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, running back David Johnson, fresh off 100 yards on the ground a week ago, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we're with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right. We welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On the ground, this is Johnson.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Here we go.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
It's hard to believe that a guy can get double-digit sacks in the NFL, and we can still describe him as raw, but that's the case for Ziggy Ansah, who went to BYU, mainly as a track and field guy, gravitated towards football, became a starter for 1 season, and then moved into the NFL. A lot of potential left to scratch for him, a lot more pass rush moves left to be added, but he is a scary, scary prospect.
Now this throw caught left side, and he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26. He's such a good route runner, shows it there on 3rd down, very proficient, and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Check three.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. It's caught. It's Miller. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
Freeman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true number 1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
They'll run it here. This is Mark Walton. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Defensive starters, here they are for Cincinnati. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Darnold completes it. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's got Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Draw play. Here's Walton. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
54, right there. 54, Mike. We go. Check, cross.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll run with Walton. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back at him. They get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand. And a really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole
little
thing.
bit.
I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. Going quickly here to Thomas. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Bengals have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see.
Face mask. Defense.
So that one will be accepted.
Automatic first down.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Switch.
On the draw, this will be Freeman. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Darnold. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 43.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On first down, Darnold. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Walton on the draw. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Their bread and butter is their passing game. After that last play, maybe they need to go back to that passing game.
Well, what's been good for them along the way is they understand their identity. They are a passing team, but they do like to mix in the run every now and then just to keep people off balance. Didn't work very well on that one, but all in all, I like their philosophy.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. And he's racking up the yardage. You see the catches. And defensively, what do you do here to stop a guy like this?
You keep trying to change things up because nothing is really working. Whether you have a man on him, 2 people, you're showing different types of zone defenses combined with man-to-man coverages. Try and change things up and eventually get to the point where maybe you put enough people on him, they won't throw the ball to him anymore.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. On second down, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! I'm here all day.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. So drive 1, they had the field goal. Drive 2, touchdown. And now here on drive 3, looks like they're going to have to punt.
At least they were finally able to reverse the trend because giving up the field goal, then the touchdown, it's almost like they finally got to the offensive side of the ball and said, okay, we've got the system to shut you down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. They'll start the drive with a give to Walton. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
First down, Jacksonville.
10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports.
Jaguars 3.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
This is Freeman. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
Cookie's the mark. Cookie's the mark.
From the 36, Darnold, he almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. Throwing here on third down. Darnold going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle. On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Gostkowski the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Garoppolo now, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
On first down, Garoppolo. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. He gets it to Thomas. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Here we go. 180! Don't get nervous.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
And he's in. Touchdown, Bengals. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Lambo to add on the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense trots back onto the field, and we take an in-depth look at Royce Freeman. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. Here's second and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Darnold. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. On second down now, it's Johnson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On first down, Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. From the 39, Garoppolo. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the Bengals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Garoppolo to throw.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Darnold to throw again. Incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Again, Darnold. And finding the tight end, Hooper. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They got to get to the 23 here on third. Throwing again is Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, You want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Gostkowski's kick is good, and that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. They'll find Miller. That's complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Garoppolo now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Garoppolo now underneath for Johnson. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They had points on their first 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, but this time, defense stands strong.
Would you say that things maybe are trending now in the right direction for them?
Better than drives 1 and 2.
There's no doubt about it. Now maybe they can exhale a little bit, gather themselves, and really get back into this game.
He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It'll be a gain of 4 here, and it will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was Jimmy Garoppolo who was brilliant in that first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Second down and 10, Darnold. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Darnold now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Outside. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Come up the ball.
This is Freeman on first and 10. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
Here we go. 180. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I know the game continues to evolve, and we have a lot of exotic stuff nowadays. I can't help it. I love a good old-fashioned draw play.
Who's typically fooled on defense on a play like that, a successful draw play?
Typically, it's the defensive line that's fooled because they're just pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback. And once they create some space and you get past them, you usually have a long way to go.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 46. Here's Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 1. Garoppolo. It's caught by Roberts. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll run on first down. Johnson Tackle made by Whitney Merciless. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Garoppolo looks to throw. Roberts has it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Going for it all. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter in Denver. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him with contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
Now a carry for Walton. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Walton. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6 on 2nd down. It's Freeman. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now Darnold. He goes underneath to Freeman. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He completes this into the hands of Miller. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On play action, now Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Muhammad Wilkerson sacks him that time, coming in off the edge.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Cincinnati, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. Throw complete there. Rodgers. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Darnold now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. This will be caught by Brown. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Jaguars. Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Gostkowski with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Michael Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 19. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Malik Jackson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Running from the gun, Johnson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Here we go, dude. Here I come again.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
I know you feel that.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This one from 35 yards away. And Lambeau will put this one through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Darnold now to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. To throw again on second down. Darnold. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Quit talking about it.
On first down, Walton. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. From just shy of midfield, Darnold firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Let's go, boys.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Single.
A first down throw, Darnold. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Play action. It's Darnold. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. On first down, Darnold. And he's got his man on the out route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. They'll run on first down. Freeman. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Walton. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They go to Johnson again. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now, standing just outside his own goal line. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 6. A little over a minute and a half remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. He'll look to throw. He's got Hooper on the short connection. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Darnold now to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now it's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On fourth, they'll go again and try it once more. Back to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
That's going to be caught. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for Cincinnati, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.